Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadesmastu Mavidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purana Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Today happens to be, today is Wednesday, so we are doing Bhagavad Gita. So at the we are doing 12th chapter, 9th verse, 11th verse. But then I'll give you the summary of 9th and 10th verse in a minute. Let us read. Atha chittam samadhatum shaknoshi mayi sthiram abhyasa yogena tataha mamichhaptum dhananjaya. Hey Dhananjaya, hey Arjuna, it is important to keep your mind on me, it is important, but if you atha chittam samadhatum, समाधान मीन समाधान मेरे ऊपर आप कंसंट्रेट नहीं कर सकते हैं, कोई बात नहीं. तो चित्तम समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम्. If it is not possible for you, abhyasa yogena, at least try to abide on me. You see, this abhyasa yoga is a very important thing. Children always say it's very difficult. कोई बात नहीं, nothing is difficult until you discover the interest in it. Nothing is difficult. Everything is easy once you discover interest in it. And that the usefulness for it, usefulness of it, the use of it, how much it is important to study. The children can easily understand it. Therefore, by trying again and again, try again and again, you will always win the race. And that is important. That is called Abhyas Yoga. Trying again and again is what is called Abhyas Yoga. Abhyas Yogena tato mamichhaptam. Abhyas Yogena means through practice. Tataha thereafter mam means mujhko ichha. Ichha means desire. Aptum to reach. Dhananjaya, hey Arjuna. Hey Dhananjaya, you always look upon Dhanam is you are always interested. For you to win a victory is not difficult, because you know victory can make you popular, and that means that your value is in popularity. But if your value is in popularity, in the same manner, if you have the value for liberation, moksha, peace, then definitely everybody has the value for, everybody struggles for the pleasures only for peace, even though you say that it is for this pleasure and that pleasure, but ultimately you want only peace, because pleasure only gives you peace. And therefore, if you discover that all that the jiva is interested in is only shanti, and then if you discover the value of it, then you will be able to achieve. Then you will not find it difficult once you understand its value. The value is usefulness. And especially in old age, you know what happens? I can't walk, we say. मैं पैदल नहीं चल सकता हूँ. ट्राई करो, अभ्यास करो. थोड़ा बहुत चलने से, थोड़ा अभ्यास ट्राइंग, हिम्मत रखने से थोड़ा हो जाता है. And that is what it means. Abhyasa. Previously also Bhagavan said, Abhyasa enata kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Mind can be controlled through Abhyasa and through Vairagya. Repeated effort and Vairagyam. Vairagyam means it runs only through the objects. Mind runs to the objects. Understand? Mind runs to the objects. Why does it run? Because it has no vairagya. It wants to enjoy the objects. But then, when the objects are enjoyed, ultimately, through that enjoyment, what do you want? You want only peace. And that peace is your nature. To be absolute is your nature. And therefore, you are only consciousness. You are not the body. Body is identified only by the intellect, by the mind, and the antakaranam is identified with the body. But the Atma thinks, I am identified. It is a notional, and therefore all these things have to be understood. Abhyasepi asmartosi. If you say I can't do any practice also. It's very difficult for me to himmat वगैरह लगाना. Then अभ्यासे पे असमर्थो से मत्कर्म परमो भवा. Matkarma paramo bhava means you keep the goal, that is doing all actions for me. Madarthamapi karmani kurvan siddhim avapsasi. You doing a karma for my sake also, you will achieve the moksha. Do every duty. Any what is duty? Karma. Karma means anything that is to be done. Kartavyam is called karma. What you are supposed to do is what is called karma. If somebody comes, you should not shout at him. You should always say, don't pain others. Priyam vada, hitam vada, and also satyam vada. Satyam vada, priyam vada, hitam vada. You should always say, talk to the people the truth and what you have seen, and the truth of which you can prove, and the truth which you can prove to be useful, and which you can try to be pleasant also, and talk to the people pleasantly. All these things are necessary. Ji. This is what is called abhyasa. And if you don't practice, that doesn't matter. If you Bhagavan has created me the capacity to perform karma, and therefore I should perform the karma. Even though one thinks that one doesn't have the strength, but Bhagavan has given me the strength to do the karma, and that strength I can utilize and to do the karma. In this manner, Bhagavan says, even if you do karma for me, for my sake, you will achieve the moksha. You don't have to. I'll say, my hands are given. I have got hands. It is God-given hands, God-given feet, God-given head, God-given mind. Everything is God-given. Presupposing His presence only is the creation of the body. Presupposing His presence is the tasmad vaya tasmad akasha sambhutah. From that Brahma, from which is this Atma, the space came. Presupposing His presence, is the space is created. From the space came आकाश से वायु आया है, वायु से अग्नि आया है, अग्नि से आप पृथ्वी पृथ्वी आप आद्य से आद्य आप पानी आया, पानी से जल से पृथ्वी आया. In this manner you can think. Presupposing Brahma's presence, is the Akasha born. From Akasha, air is born. From air, the fire is born. From the fire, the water is born. From the water is Prithvi born. The earth born. In this manner, that means all whatever faculties I have is all God given. Presupposing His presence means He need not have the will. It's all manifest and unmanifest. My energies become manifest in me. I find myself with the body. I don't find myself with the body. I find myself with the body. When I find myself with the body, that means the body has become manifest. When I remember the body, also the body has become manifest. When I don't see or I don't feel, I don't remember, then I don't. It doesn't. I don't feel it. I don't. It has become unmanifest. Like in the dream, also I don't remember the waking. This waking, I don't remember. I don't see. I don't feel, and therefore it is unmanifest. The waking is unmanifest in the dream. The dream and waking both are unmanifest in the deep sleep state, and therefore all energies are given, even though he doesn't have the will, but by the law, everything is manifest and unmanifest. When I work hard, I get tired, and therefore I get sleep, and therefore everything becomes unmanifest in me. My energies, my hands, my body becomes unmanifest. My breath also, I don't feel the breath also. I don't feel the mind also, and therefore one becomes understanding that everything has every faculty, every bit of energy has been given to me by Parameshwara, and for his sake I should do, because there is some kartavyam, there is something to be done. In this manner you do the karma for his sake. Ultimately, then you will get moksha. If you do every duty for his sake, Bhagavan has given me the energy, and that energy I make use of to reach moksha. I don't have to make use of that energy for this sake, that or this or that also. This and that pleasure also are meant for only for peace, and that shanti is my nature. Therefore, I have to understand myself. Understanding Bhagavan and understanding oneself are one and the same. There is no difference between the two, and therefore you can always mat karma parama bhava, madartham asmarthosi mat karma parama bhava. Mat karma parama means doing the karma, doing my kartavya. It is Ishvara's will that the guests have come, and therefore I have to look after them. It is my duty, and therefore you have to look after the guests. Madarthamapi matkarma paramo bhava. Bhava means may you be. We have the goal of reaching me as Paramaha. You have to reach the goal of me. You have to reach the goal of me. You have to reach the goal which is me. Madarthamapi karmani kurvanna. Even if for myself, for my sake, if you do karmani kurvanna, siddhim avapsasi. You can achieve siddhi. Siddhi means siddhasya siddhi, tatayeva siddhi. Siddhasya siddhi. What is accomplished you to accomplish again. What is present, you knowing the present, knowing what is what is called siddhasya siddhi. Not siddhi. Walking. Once Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, this is all Jadugar. Siddhi, walking on water is something, walking on water also is a kind of a siddhi. They said, can you walk on water? I say, why should I walk on, why should I use my energy to walk on water? I can pay 10 paisa and then go to my village. I can cross the river. Why I can go by boat? Why should I spend my energies to do tapasya and then get siddhis? And therefore, to understand the truth is the main siddhi. And to understanding the what is the main siddhi. Is not what is to create what is not siddhi. To know, to understand what is the siddhi. Siddhas, that is what is called siddhasya siddhi. Siddhasya siddhi means what, knowing what is there. Siddha, what is already present, accomplishing the accomplished, knowing the already present, knowing the already present. That is the real siddhi. Kurvan siddhi mavapsasi. Doing the duty that what is to be done by you, you will do, and ultimately you remember me at the time of death, and you will reach me. And some people say that is also very difficult to do duty for the sake of Bhagavan. Why should I do duty for the sake of Bhagavan? I am doing my duty for my wife and my children, and that is all right. See, but even though you can do them, you can do all of them, but ultimately you have to do say that everything has been done, everything. Your wife has not given you the energy. You find yourself with energy. Then it becomes manifest and unmanifest. That is all Ishvara, Parameshvara. And being Parameshvara, and therefore for his sake also, for his sake, whatever is kartavyam, you do, Kuru. And therefore, if you say that I can't do that work also, kartum madhyogam ashrita, depending upon a Athai tadapi ashaktosi, even this is not possible for you to do karma for my sake, then kartum madhyogam ashrita. Yogam means my oneness ashrita, depending upon my oneness. If you can't depend upon me and then do karma on me, for me, then sarva karma phalatyagam. At least when the result comes, you say, this result is from Paramareshvara. You have to feel that this result is from Paramareshvara. First is what? Abhyasa yoga. If that is also not possible, then matkarma paramabhava. If that is also not possible, then Kattu Madhyoga Mashrita, if that is also not possible, then the Sarvakarma Phalatyagaha. Sarvakarma Phalatyagaha. You can renounce every result to me. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Iti you can say Parameshwara Prityartham. You give something to Parameshwara and then take it as prasadam. It's prasadam. And when you feel this so, and it becomes prasadam. When you feel it is prasadam, it is prasadam. If you don't feel it prasadam, then it is not prasadam. Therefore, you have to do it with feeling. And therefore, Sarvakarma Phalatyagam. Sarvakarma Phalatyagam means I am doing it only, it is called Karma Phalatyagam. Tyagam means renunciation. Doing an action without expectation is not possible. But you expect the result, but it comes. The expected result comes or doesn't come. But if it comes, it is Ishvara. If it doesn't come, then again it is Ishvara. In this manner, you have to say, it is Bhagavan ki ichha hai. In this manner, you say, that is what is called Tyaga. That is called, they say, you have to do actions without expecting the result. When they say, it means only that you have to, you should not think that the result has to come. Should come, must come. Aisa nahi. It may come, it may not come. Sometimes it may come. Sometimes your prarabdha comes, past karma comes and then it neutralizes the present actions. And therefore you can't get the phalam. And therefore, sarva karma phalatyagam tada kuru yat atmavan. But along with the tyaga, you should also yata atmavan. You should have control over yourself. Yata atmavan means you have to keep all the swabhavika pravrittis within yourself. You should not say them. You should not kama, krodha, lobha, moha, moda, mada, matsarya. They should not be. They should remain submerged. They should always remain submerged, and they should not be expressed. If they are expressed, then that a problem comes. People will be offended, and therefore shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. Shreyo hi. It is better to have viveka purvaka jnanam than aviveka purvaka abhyasa. If you go on repeating that I am Brahma, you don't become Brahma. You are already Brahma. It has to be understood. By repetition is aviveka purvakam. Repetition is repeating that I am Brahma is only aviveka purvakam. Aviveka purvaka abhyasa is no better than, it's not better than viveka purvaka jnanam. What you should look for, viveka purvaka jnanam. Viveka purvaka jnanam means through viveka, discerning between atma and anatma. That I am indeed, I am not the body, I am only conscious being. The subject is only the conscious being, and the subject is the conscious being. I am not a mixture of both conscious being and the body. I am Saindavagana, like a crystal of salt. And what is there in that slab is only a crystal and salt. Salt alone is there. In the same manner, in the sea water, you take from any corner of the sea, it is water. It is saline, and therefore, in the same manner here also, I am like that. I am always the same. I am one, and I am only conscious. And therefore, everybody is purely consciousness, solely consciousness. He is not something. He is not a mixture of two things, matter and consciousness. Both he is. We cannot say. If he is consciousness, then he cannot be matter. If he is matter, then he cannot. If it is matter, then it cannot be consciousness. And therefore, but he cannot be half of him is not. It is not half of him is matter and half of him is Brahman is consciousness. You cannot say. You cannot say that, because matter is objectifiable it's objectifiable, you can objectify, whereas you can see the material thing, but the consciousness you can't see, you can't objectify. You are being consciousness, and then the being consciousness is very important. That is what is to be understood. You are being consciousness, and therefore you don't have to, and therefore Shreyohi Jnanam Abhyasat. It is better to mm, do Viveka between the Atma and Anatma, Atma, your existence, and the body, and say, I am not the body. In this manner, if you go on saying that, it is better to say again and again, think that I am not the body. That it has to be felt that I am not the body, I am not the body. Even though one feels that one is the body, one does feel in the beginning, and one does feel that one is the body. But when you start desiring and discerning, then you don't feel that you are the body. And therefore, athaidapi ashakta shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat, jnana dhyanam visishyate. Therefore, when the viveka is better than the aviveka, there is no comparison. Aviveka is something that is undesirable. It is like saying, the desirable is better than the undesirable. What is the wrong thing? I can say it's not like that. There is no comparison between Viveka and Aviveka. Aviveka means Jiva. Viveka means Moksha. Between freedom is better than bondage. What kind of comparison it is? You can only compare. It's not absolute freedom is better than bondage. Absolute bondage. Absolute bondage is something that is it is not comparable. It's not comparable, please. And therefore, Shreyo Jnanam Abhyasat. Jnana Dhyanam Visishyate. Jnana Dhyanam Visishyate. Means what? It is better to dhyana. Jnana means jnana. Simply by knowing, by intellectual understanding is not easy. But simply by knowing that it is by intellectual knowing is not important. But you have to know that I am my existence is within my experience. It has to be understood. The experience, anubhava has to be understood. Without anubhava, you cannot understand. And therefore, dhyanam visishyate. And then continue to abide upon the Atma. Continue to abide upon the Atma. Continuing to be abiding upon the Atma is exactly what is called dhyanam. Continuing to abide on the Atma is what is called dhyanam. Dhyanam visishyate. Dhyanam is better. It means if you stop, if you suspend the vichara after understanding, it's not good. After knowing also, you have to continue to know. You have to continue to know. After knowing also, you have to continue to know. It is not that really dhyanam visishyate. No, after knowing, you have to continue to do the dhyanam. Nididhyasanam. It is called nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam. Dhyanam means nididhyasanam. Dhyanam visishyate is better. Instead of stopping with the jnanam, you can continue with the nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam means that I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. It is not a repetition, but seeing it again and again, seeing it again and again. It is only once you see, and then stop it. It is not good. It is said you should see it again and again, and that is what is called dhyanam. That is what is called nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam means nitaram ध्यात्म इच्छा. हमेशा देखने के लिए, सत्य को देखने के लिए इच्छा, हमेशा देखने के लिए ध्यान इच्छा. ध्यानात् कर्म. ध्यान से भी अच्छा है कर्म फल त्याग. मतलब कर्म फल त्याग हमें ध्यान से भी सबसे अच्छा ईजी है कर्म करके फल त्याग करना. उसके बाद शांति मिलती है. कर्म फल त्याग ध्यान से भी सबसे अच्छा है. ज्ञान ज्ञानम ज्ञानम इज बेटर देन अज्ञानम, and then dhyanam is better than jnanam, And karmapala tyaga is better than dhyanam. Even though a person is understood, a person is a jnani, and he may do dhyanam also, he may do nididhyasanam also, but better than it is very difficult for him to be a sannyasi, to renounce everything, and then therefore the best thing is karmapala tyaga. Be a grihastha and do the karmapala tyaga, and then you will ultimately reach me. The karmapala tyaga means your tyaga. It is not a non-expectation merely. You accept the result, good or bad. Sukha same kritva, sukha dukhe same kritva, labha labho, jaya jayo. Dukkam ho, sukham ho. You accept it with equanimity, and then same kritva, labha labho. Sometimes gain, sometimes loss. Then you accept it, and then accepting is what is called karma yoga. Accepting both, because both are temporary. The pleasure is temporary. Pleasure has a beginning and an end. The pain also has a beginning and an end. And I want beginningless and endless shanti. I want always shanti. And that shanti, tatah त्यागा शांति अनंतरम. त्याग से शांति मिलती है. त्याग से शांति मिलती है अनंतरम. Anantara means not after a long time. Immediately you get shanti. त्याग से immediately you get shanti. Shantiranandana. Here itself it is given. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat, jnanam dhyanad visishyate. Jnanam is better than ajnanam. It's like saying, the knowledge is better than ignorance. There is no comparison between knowledge and ignorance. To be ignorant is not good at all. It is better to say that knowledge is good, ignorance is not good. It is rather than comparing ignorance and knowledge. There is no comparison. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasa. Jnanam is not ajnana, is not better than ajnanam. Abhyasa. Some people say that what are they called? Practicing people. Practicing people, they say, I am Brahma, I am Brahma, I am Brahma. But when they say I am Brahma, I am Brahma, I am Brahma, instead of repeating that I am Brahma, I am Brahma, it is better to know Brahma. That is what is called nididhyasanam. It is better to know Brahma through dhyanam, through nididhyasanam. Dhyanat karma phalatyaga. Better than dhyanam is because in order to know the truth, in order to do nididhyasanam, you have to go to ekanta, etc. No, much easier is karma phalatyaga. Karma phalatyaga means you renounce all the karma phala. You accept sukha dukkha, labha alabha, jaya jaya. Both are temporary. Both have a beginning and an end. And therefore, even when आधा अंत या नास्ति, सोने के पहले वो नहीं था, सोने के बाद भी ये नहीं होगा. And therefore, बाद में भी नहीं होगा, पहले भी नहीं होगा. And therefore, अभी होते हुए भी वो ना के जमाना है. ऐसा समझ के उसको ऐसे एटीट्यूड से उसको देखना है. It is not a permanent thing. It is not the source of objects cannot be the source of your peace. Shanti is your nature, and therefore that you have to understand. Jnanat karma phala tyagat shanti anantanam. If a person is a bhakta, what tasmat aparoksha upasakanam samyak darshana nishtanam sannyasanam tekta sarvajananam adveshta sarvabhutanam ityadi dharmabhutam sakshat amritatva karanam mokshami iti vartate. If you have the values, dharma, even though in the TV they say Hinduism is called dharma, Islam is called dharma, Hindu dharma, Islam dharma, Muslim dharma. That is wrong. It's wrong. Dharma means dharyate anena iti dharma. The two individuals, what facilitates two individuals to live together is what is called dharma. What facilitates two individuals, two individuals or two different individuals or two different groups of individuals at one place is what is called, under the same roof, is what is called dharma. That means values. Values means when you when you want others to be kind to you, and therefore you should be kind to others also. Others, you want others to be nice to you, you have to be nice to them. That is called a value. Dharma is, that is what is dharma. Dharma is very, everybody, in every heart, the constitution is there. Everybody is born with a sense of right and wrong. What is right? Whatever I want them, what others to do to me, that is right. Because you have duties only for the people. When you have duties for the objects, that is not a big thing. But when you have duties for the people, you cannot shirk them. You have to do them. And therefore, otherwise they will be offended. And therefore, it is not, then it's not dharma. And therefore, whenever you want to do dharma, it should facilitate living together. And therefore, whatever you want to be nice, I want others to be nice to me. And I want others to be nice to me, kind to me, charitable to me, etc. And I should be nice and kind and charitable. And that is called dharma. Whatever I want others to do to me, the same thing I should do to others also. That is what is called dharma. Dharma means dharma. Everybody has got the constitution of dharma. Everybody is born with a sense of right and wrong. It's not robbing is right. Robbing is wrong. Robbing a person is wrong. But helping a person is right. Who doesn't know? Even a child knows. Ji. You don't have to teach dharma. Ji. Dharma everybody has. Only the rituals need to be taught. Dharma, the values needed to be taught. Whatever I want, I can always, whatever I want from others, the same thing the others also want from me. This everybody has, everybody knows, and therefore, that thing is what is called dharma. Rather than Hinduism is called dharma, Islam is called dharma. That's not dharma. That is a panth. Panth means that is a patha. That is a matam. Matam. We can call it as matam. Hindu matam, Islamic matam. They're thinking. It only says what is their definition of God. What is Hindu matam means? What is the definition of God according to us? What is the definition of God according to them? What is the definition of God according to Christianity? That is called Christianity. That is called matam. Hindu matam, you can say, Islamic matam, Christov matam, in this manner. But Muhammadiya matam, in this manner you can say. But dharma means, dharma is only from Sanatana. That word, the dharma, is only in Sanatana dharma. And therefore, it is considered to be very important thing. And therefore the values need not be taught. Therefore, ethical classes, moral classes are not necessary. Every individual, even a child knows there is no education, ethical education alone. Everybody, I should always put into execute the values. The dharma becomes dharma only when the guests come. What is my dharma? I have to do my duties, and that is my duties, and that is my duty. Serving them, keeping them peaceful, happy. That is my dharma. In this manner, one has to think. Dharma need not be taught. Dharma everybody knows. Dharma has to be executed. Everybody has the knowledge of dharma. Everybody doesn't become dharma because it is very difficult. And therefore, he wants shortcuts for the results. But the shortcuts don't reach this result. They take you somewhere else. And shortcuts always take you somewhere else. And therefore, Adveshta Sarvabhutanam. Sarvabhutanam means non-hatred for, these are the, if a person is a bhakta, and if he is a bhakta, then definitely these are the values everybody has. This you must know. Adveshta Sarvabhutanam, not hating anybody. Everybody is all right. Everybody is all right. according to his own problem, according to his own dimag. Adveshta sarvabhuta. Even dogs are, just because dogs are bad, you don't have to say, oh, it has, I can't, I have to wash my hands. You don't have to look upon the dog. You can't hate dogs. You can't hate cats. You can't hate anything. Cows. We are Hindus. We will love cows, cow dung, etc. Cows urine, etc. We love, but dogs urine, dogs all that we don't like. Dogs we don't like. I said that you can't say. Dogs also are good, but that is how we are brought up, to love cows and to hate dogs, to love cows and to hate dogs, and similarly to love cows and to hate um, the dogs. The dogs, the way रोड में घूमता है ना, street dogs, street dogs, to street dogs you can't hate, because street dogs also they also have a desire to live, and therefore you can't hate. They also have something. They also want some food to eat, and therefore you can't hate anybody in this world. That is what is called really Adveshta Sarvabhutana. A person who is interested in Parameshwara, he should be interested only in Parameshwara, but he doesn't have any dvesha or love or hate for anybody. He doesn't love. He sees everybody as Brahman. The truth, there is only, everybody is Brahman, and therefore there is no love, there is no hatred. Adveshta Sarvabhutanam. Maitraha. And he is friendly with everybody. Maitraha means he is friendly with everybody. He is friend means a friend in need is a friend indeed. Whenever he wants, Maitra means whenever somebody wants some help, he is ready to help him. And that is exactly, without expecting any result. If you expect any result, then it doesn't become seva. And therefore, it doesn't become, where is it? Adveshta Sarvabhutanam. Maitraha. A friend is one, a friend indeed is a friend in need. A friend in need, when it is required, when he is required, he should be there. And that is called a friend. Maitraha. Well-wisher. Well-wisher. Bhagavan is not a friend, Bhagavan is a well-wisher. Well-wisher. Well-wisher means he wishes you well, all right, but he is not attached to you. And that is what is called Maitraha. A devotee also, a bhakta also, is a well-wisher to everybody, but he doesn't have love and hatred for anybody. He has got his love for, he sees everybody as Parameshwara. He sees in everybody as Parameshwara. Even though he is not attached to anybody, but he is ready to help anybody at any time. He is ready to help anybody at any time. This is very important. Maitraha. Karuna evacha. And he is compassionate also. Compassionate does not mean he is attached. He is compassionate. And compassionate does not mean that he is attached or anything. He is compassionate. Karuna evacha. And the more of it we will see in the next class. Nirmamo nirahankara, that we will see in the next class. Thank you very much. I'm tired. सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। And I will come to Ramana Kendra. Please come, all of you. I know it is not, I'm not the same, but you have to come. But I'm also still alive, and therefore thank God for that. And therefore we will continue to have our classes. And therefore please come again. Please come again on Monday 4th of next one, 4th of September. That will be next Monday, next to next Monday. This Monday, coming Monday, please come. Coming Monday. Today is Wednesday. Monday will be after another few days, and therefore please come up on Monday. Thank you very much. Thank you.